This is section 6.7, percents and equations. All right, so this right here is the most important part that you make sure you get into your math journals, because this is our key which can help you solve all the problems you need to do. So wherever we see an is, we're going to put an equal sign. Wherever we see of, we're going to put a multiplication sign. Wherever we see what, that's going to be our variable. And wherever we see our percent, that's where we're going to write our percent as a decimal. Okay, so those are our keywords, and you must make sure each thing you write down is written as an equation. Okay, so when you do it on the test, they're going to ask you, what was your equation? What was your answer? So make sure you get your equation down first. Okay, so what, whenever I see what, I'm putting that variable, so I'm going to put an X. Is means equals 85%. So to write 85% as a decimal, we just need to divide by 100, right? Because I would write it as 85 over 100, or 85 hundredths. Okay, so I'm going to write that as a decimal. 85 hundredths of, multiply, 62. Okay, so just so we don't get mixed up a little bit here, I'm going to do my sign as a dot multiplying. So I just need to do 62 times 0.85. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. Add my 0. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 1 more is 49. Okay, so I have a 0. 1 plus 6 is 7. 9 plus 3 is 12. 1 plus 4 is 5. Then I need to bring my decimal back 2 spots, and I would get X equals 52 and 7/10. So what is 85% of 62? Well, it's 52 and 7/10. There we go. Okay, again, and notice how I did all of my work off to the side, and I kept everything nice and neat. Okay, let's try another one. What X is equals 145.5%, so we just need to bring that decimal back 2 spots. 1.455 of, multiplying, 20. Okay, so I just have to do 1.455 times 20. Well, 0 times all those is just going to be a 0. Okay, 2 times 5 is going to be 10. 2 times 5 is going to be 10, plus 1 more is going to be 11. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 more is 9. 2 times 1 is 2. And let's bring it back 3 spots. So I would get X equals 29 and 1/10. So what is 145 and 5/10% of 20? Well, it's 29 and 1/10%. All right, let me see if I can find another number. I think we'll go green for this one. Okay, 380 is, bring it back twice, 1.25 of, oops, I better not write a X, because right next to that we're going to put what, so that'd be an X. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to divide both sides by 1 and all right, I need to move up, and I'm worried I'm going to mess everything up. You clicked the wrong button, guys. Okay, here we go. So I have to divide both sides by 1 and 25 hundredths. Okay, so I have to do 380 top divided by the bottom. Well, I need to move that twice. That means I need to move inside twice. Add my 2 zeros and my decimal point up. 125 is going to go into 380 2 times? No, it should go in there 3 times. 375, yeah. Not 2 times, it should go in there 3 times. And we would have, is that, yeah, 375. Then I have 5 left over, bring down my 0. Does 125 go into 50? Nope. Bring down my other 0. What about 125 into 500? Well, I'm going to have to try 4. 8, 9, 10. Bing, 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 bing. X equals 304 is my answer. So there we go. Let's try some more. Okie dokie. Let's go purple. Okay, 19 and 2/10% is, bring it back twice, 32% of what? Okay, so again, we have 0.32x, so I need to divide both sides by 32 hundredths, divide by 32 hundredths. Oops, there's my decimal point there. Okay, so I'd take my 19 top and 2/10, my numerator divided by my denominator. Bring it back twice, bring it back twice, bring up. Okay, 32 goes into 192. Let's try 6. 6 times 3 is 18, 19. Oh my goodness, I am just like the best guesser ever. Minus 192. Bring down my 0. Well, there we go. X equals 60. That is our final answer there. So 19 and 2/10 is 32% of 60. Let's try another one. This time it says 96 hundredths is what percent? Okay, so we're going to put X of 10. So I have to do my inverse operation or my opposite operation. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. Okay, 96 hundredths divided by 10. Well, 10 is going to go in there 9 times. Does not go into 9, right? But it does go into 96 9 times. Minus 90, I'd have 6 left over. Bring down my 0. 10 goes into 60 6 times. So I would get X equals 0 and 96 thousandths. But it asks what percent. So we better make sure we write our answer in a percent form. So again, I'm going to just go jump, jump, multiply it by 100. So I would get 9 6/10% is what my answer would be. Okay, so that's the only tricky one is when it says what percent. Make sure your answer is in a percent. Don't tell me it's 96 thousandths, okay? Make sure you tell me the percent that it's going to be in. Alrighty, here, let's pick our last one. What percent, so again, X of, better make sure I'm writing this right, guys. Okay, of times 48 is equals 54. Okay, so I have to divide by 48. Divide by 48. So I have 54 divided by 48 because I have to do the top divided by the bottom. It's going to go in there once. Minus 48. 4 minus 8 can't do it. 8 or 14 minus 8 would be 6. Add my 0. Oh, we got a decimal point here too. Okay, 48 goes into 60 once. Minus 48. That's going to be a 12. Add another 0. How many times does 48 go into 120? I'm going to guess only twice here. 96. That'll be 14. Yeah, too much. So twice. Minus 96. Well, let's make that a 10. That'd be a 1. 4. 11 minus 9 would be 24. And then I'm going to bring down my 0 to make that 240. And 48 goes into 240 5 times. Minus 240. Okay, so my x equals 1 and 125 thousandths. Now I need to take my decimal and multiply by 100, or move it 2 spots to the right. So because it says what percent, I need to make sure I write my answer in a percent form. So that would be x equals 112 and 5/10%. Okay, we know that we're right because 54 is bigger than 48. So if it's bigger than it, it has to be at least 100% of it. Okay, we just have a few more things to go over. Okay, so commission here. Commission is a paycheck based on the amount you sell. So this is what my dad worked on. If he sold $100,000 in printing, he made 5% of that. Okay, so that's how they paid. That was part of his paycheck, was commission. So let's think about this one here. We're going to set up a proportion for this one, okay? So I have to think, I've got my percent, my 5.5 over 100 equals. Now I have to think about, oh, we didn't even read the question yet. Sorry, guys. Example, a real estate agent earns 5.5% commission on sales. How much do they earn on a house that sells for $245,000? So what money do they take home because they sold a house for $245,000? Okay, so we know that the part goes on the top, or the smaller number goes on top, and the whole goes on the bottom. Okay, not the hole like a hole in the ground, but the hole as in like the whole thing. So we have to ask ourselves, would 245,000, would that be a part? Is that the part he's taking home, or is that the whole cost for the house? So we know that that's the whole cost for the house. And then we don't know how much he takes home. So that's going to be our what. That's going to be our variable. That's going to be our what do we need to find. Okay, so if I cross multiply, I would get 100x equals, then I need to take 245,000 times 5 and 5/10. Okay, 5 times 0 is 0. This is where we have to be very careful because we'd get antsy and we want to get it done. So we try to do it fast, but then we end up making silly mistakes. So just take your time. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20. Plus 2 more is 22. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 more is 12. Add my 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 more is 22. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 more is 12. So we are going to get 0, 0, 0, 5, 7, 4, 3, 1. Bring it back once. Okay, so that kind of worked out well. I have it all in a nice little line. Now I need to divide by 100. Divide by 100. Remember, if I'm dividing by 100, my decimal is going to move 2 spots to make my number smaller. So if I move it 1, 2, I would know that I am going to make $13,475 if I sell a house for $245,000. Now that is a pretty good paycheck for selling a house. And here is our last one. We're going to set it up the same way. Okay, so again, this is what we just talked about the last one we did. Over 100, put my percent over that. Okay, in a survey, 922 people, or about 68.6%, preferred smooth peanut butter to chunky. How many people were surveyed? Okay, so again, we have our part on top and our whole on the bottom. Okay, so is that 922 the whole number that was surveyed, or is it just part of the number that was surveyed? Well, we know it's just part because it's just the people that liked chunky peanut butter. That liked smooth peanut butter. So we want to find how many people were surveyed. We have to put our X on the bottom. Okay, so let's multiply it out here. 922 times 100 would be 922, add my 2 zeros, 92,200 equals 68 and 6/10 X. Okay, so I need to divide both sides by 68 and 6/10. Divide by 68 and 6/10. Now we get to do the fun part. 92,200 divided by 68 and 6/10. Move it once. Move it once. Okay, bring it up. All right, 686 is going to go in there once. I'm going to make that a 1. That would be a 12. That would be a 6. 8, 11. Be a 3. 8 minus 6 would be a 2. Bring down my 0. All right, how many times can 686 go into 2360? 686, I'm going to guess about 3 times. Let's see what that is. 18, 24, 25, 18, 19, 20. Yep, 3 times minus 20, 58. Okay, so that would be a 5, that would be a 10, I'd get a 2, a 0, a 3. 302. Okay, let's bring down, we're bringing down this 0. I kind of got out of the way here. Bring down that 0. Okay, how many times can 86 go into 3020? I'm going to guess about 4 times. And that will be 24, 32, 33, 34. 4 times 6, 24 again. 27. Equals. Oh. Okay, is it a pain to do all this out? Yes. But can we do it? Yes. We don't need to be lazy and use a calculator. We can figure it all out. Be a 9, that would be an 11. 7, 276. Bring down my last 0. 2760. It looks like it's going to be another 4. Okay, minus 2, 2744. and I would have 5, 10, 6, 1, 0, 0, 160. But this is actually the time when we get to stop because it says how many people were surveyed. Am I going to have 5/10 of a person surveyed? No, I'm not. Okay, so our X should be 1,344 people were surveyed in this questionnaire, in this survey. Okay, so we can think of it in logical terms too, you guys. I'm not going to have 1,344.7632 of a person. Nope, I'm just going to have 1,344 people. Okay, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you for watching.